DJs, those $5 USB cords that you can get off of Amazon, 5.99, even 6.99, 4.99. Those are the cords you want to stay away from. I'm telling you right now, you can be in a situation where your dance floor is going crazy, you're playing great music, and guess what? You load up a track and your laptop freezes. Or whether you're playing with Serato, Tractor, Virtual DJ, guess what? Your application closes. This can happen when you buy cheap USB cords from anywhere. Doesn't matter if it's Amazon. More than likely, your laptop is going to freeze. All because you decide to go the cheap route and buy a $5 USB cord. All right. This has happened to me in my very, very early stages of DJing when I used to be a club DJ, a bar DJ. It's one of the worst feelings in the world. Crowd is going crazy and utter silence because I decided to be stupid and buy a cheap cable, a cheap USB cord because I want it to be cheap. This is not the time where you go to save money. Make sure you buy a great USB cord. And I'm not here to advertise. I'm not here to sponsor any company, but I go with Chroma cables. Been using them for the last 5 years. Never had not one issue of my laptop freezing or my Serato just exiting out. Never had an issue. But that one moment, I was DJing in Jersey City. I was DJing at a lounge that no longer exists. And from that moment, it taught me that, man, you can't be cheap when it comes to your cords, your cables, your adapters. You gotta spend the money, but also make sure the brand is a great brand with great reviews. All right. Now let me tell you why cheap USB cords always fail. One main reason, they're made with low quality wiring. Think about it. It's only $5, $6, some are even $4, 7. It's made with low quality wiring. Also, there's bad shielding and weak connectors. So this means you're going to have interference, noise in your audio, body data transfer, which makes your software lag, and then eventually my issue, your software will crash and it will crash at the worst time. The worst time. Imagine DJing a wedding and the first dance. It's time for the first dance and you start playing it. And 15 seconds in, Serato crashes because you have a $5 USB cord that you got from Amazon or eBay, whatever. Don't do it. It's a huge mistake. I'm telling you, it's a huge mistake. And also, think about it. The connectors, they easily bend and snap after a few uses. DJs, I'm telling you, you don't want to deal with these issues. You really don't want to deal with these issues because, again, this can create software bugs. This can really create problems for how you DJ and problems with your laptop. And that's the last thing you need. You don't need a USB cord being the weak link to your setup because without that cord, how are you going to plug your controller to your laptop or your controller to your USB hub? It's just not going to happen. Trust me. It's not the cable's fault. It's going to be your fault. When that music stops, they're not going to look at your USB cable. They're going to look at you. You're going to, and trust me, it's going to make you look very unprofessional. Think about it. You come out with all this gear, but a $5 USB cord is what you wanted to plug your laptop into your controller. That's what you want to plug your laptop into your controller. I mean, you can lose a residency over that. You can lose a gig over that. You can get a bad review, lose clients, bad referrals. Think about it. This is all about the reputation, DJs. Think about your reputation. Again, I'm not saying go out and buy the most expensive USB cord. I'm not saying that, but buy something that is great quality, great reviews, and is not extreme, not cheap, not made poorly, not made cheaply. Buy something that will last. Buy something that has a reputation that's reputable, that DJs actually use and can vouch for. Not sponsored by, but can actually vouch for and say, yo, these are great USB cords. Think about it. You're at a corporate event, you're playing background music, or someone goes up on the stage and they need a theme song. You play and it cuts off before they even hit the stage. And that's not, there's no room for error. At a lot of these events, there's no room for error. Seriously, you're going to be misrepresenting yourself. I mean, imagine a club packed with hundreds of people, the dance floor, people are going crazy, and boom, your music stops, you gotta reset your laptop, then it stops again. The first time that they're gonna be upset. The second time they're really gonna be mad. And if it happens the third time, it doesn't matter if you were killing it or not. They're gonna want you to get the heck off stage. Get out of here. You suck. Everything goes out the window. What you're doing before, you suck because guess what? The music stopped. And your job is to keep the music going. All right. Remember, DJs, don't buy cheap gear. Buy gear that actually works, and I'm not saying there's exceptions to this, as if you're buying used gear, but you should never buy used cables, used cords. That's just a hell no, because again, they're not expensive. Like a chroma cable, a $30 USB cable, that's not expensive. Yes, compared to something that's $5, but the overall spending $30 on a USB cord, that's not expensive at all. Your $5 USB cord slash cable is not going to last you long. It's not going to last you long. It's not going to last you 5, 6 years. I've been using my Chroma cable. This is going on to 6 years. Like 2026 will be 6 years. This is the difference between being a hobby DJ and being a professional DJ. Making sure you eliminate problems before you even step in a booth. And that's what you're supposed to do as a professional DJ. All right. Again, it's very important, DJs. Invest in quality brands, real quality brands. It's very serious. I would say Hosa is that's a great manufacturer and brand for cables. They're worth every penny. And also make sure you carry backups. Carry at least two extra USB cords, at least two. You never know. I mean, there's a time I DJ'd and it was B2B and the other DJ's USB cable actually broke. Like it actually broke, and I'm pretty sure he had an Amazon. I didn't ask him back then, and this was back in 2011. But I'm pretty sure he probably got his from Amazon. But it literally broke. Can you imagine that? You go and I gave him my extra one to use, and typically, with USB cables, I'm not giving cables and extensions and cords to other DJs to use at an event. Especially if I have to go on after you. I don't want you breaking my stuff if you don't take care of yours. But can you imagine? You step up, you're about to play. It's like 2 minutes. You're already ready, and then your USB cord breaks. Some people will be sweating bullets. You got to take care of your cables. You got to buy good ones. It's very important. It's very important. But also remember, even the best cables, they might not last forever. You might have to retire them. All right. But again, it's better than buying a $5 Amazon cable that will not even last you years. All right. Remember, we are professional DJs. We're running a professional business. Our reputation is at stake. All right. We're here to be professional, provide music, and make sure everything flows well. Those issues on a dance floor where music is stopping because of cables, that should be completely avoided. All right. Completely avoided. So at the end of the day, it isn't just about your USB cords, it's about your mindset. If you're serious about being a DJ, you're not going to cut corners. You're going to buy the right tools to help enhance your performance. All right. And your clients, you're going to do everything it takes for your clients to trust that your gear works as it's supposed to be, as you tell them. So that is why you never buy cheap USB cords from Amazon, eBay, anywhere. DJs, you got to respect your setup the same way you want people to respect your DJ career, your reputation. And remember, our paychecks depend on our gear and what we're able to do. All right. So if you got a horror story about cheap cables, drop it in the comments. I would love to hear about it. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and remember, DJs, until next time, keep your cables solid, keep extra sets of cables, and do not buy cheap cables from Amazon or anywhere. All right. Till next time, DJ Reese, so we create the vibe. Signing out. Make sure you subscribe, ladies and gents and DJs. Love y'all. Peace.